this is really exciting because I'm getting to drive my boat for a minute. I need to go and turn around so that I can get access to that section of the roof where I need to drill through. It's a proper tight little bridge, this one, where I'm moored, because it's obviously in need of repair, and it's got some sort of scaffolding underneath it. And so the winding hole is right here, literally yards from where I am. But again, it's quite tight coming from this angle, so I need to get back end round to get me front into the cut, into the V. So I'm only 47 foot long. This winding hole is good for a 50-foot boat. So as you can imagine, there's not a lot of room to spare. So there we go. So here you can see the winding hole. You've got this area here, and then there's just a little notch cut there out of that bank, which is you get your front end into there and you sort of lever off on that. So back through the old bridge and back to where my moorings are, just there. Well, before we try any extreme measures of cutting the hole through the roof, we're just going to go with one of the hole saws, like a big hacksaw that's a big round thing like that. So it cuts one hole. The guys tried to use it on theirs. They struggled a bit and ended up having to use a grinder. So, but we'll try the hole saw first and see, if my steel might be a bit softer. Don't know, is there such a thing? Let's see how we get on with that. Well, so much for the hole saw. It wasn't fantastic. You can see it would have made a lovely neat hole, but at least it's marked it. It's now put as a proper good mark in the steel, so we know what we're on with the grinder. Nice slow-mo shot here of John in action with the grinder. Just look at him go. What a hero. Perhaps I'd better move the GoPro though. That's not going to do much good just there. So my job for the next 10 minutes or so is fireman, fire watch. There's a bit of polystyrene up there in that ceiling, as you've already seen. So we don't want the spark shooting into the little space between the roof and the polystyrene. So I'm going to be using some calcium silicate offcuts to try to deflect the sparks, to block the sparks, and obviously then when John comes through with the grinder, my hands aren't going to be in the way. It'll catch onto this. So I'm going to do my best with this. Not the best method, but got to go with it. This is not a nice job at all. My hands are aching. I've got sparks hitting me all over the place. I'm worried about the fire risk. I'm worried about the polystyrene. Damn the polystyrene 1970s. Lovely. Hey! Now look at that. Perfect. Good old Johnny. Now what I love is, you know, that's just my cabin roof. Do you know what I mean? So as far as I know, you know, when they build a narrowboat, the base plate is 10mm, the sides I think are 6, sides of the hull, and then the cabin's 4. So 4mm is so thick, isn't it? To think that my base plate is more than twice that, or was when it was new, it's probably about twice that now. There's a lot of steel there. You know, as long as you look after that, it should last a long time, shouldn't it? Brilliant. I'm going to frame that. So this is a fine example of health and safety at work not really being applied the way it should be. Apologies for that. The risk assessment has definitely fell down. Please do not try this at home. So there it is. Good old John from Narrowboat Bacchus came to my rescue with his grinder. So I'm sure I could have done it. I'm sure I could have done it. So it's going to go there. Pipe's going to go into that bit there. It was a bit scary. But I'm sure I could have done it. But John, bless him, from Narrowboat Bacchus, came to my rescue with his grinder. And I stood inside as fireman, making sure that polystyrene and the like wasn't going to set fire. But he's done a sterling job. Sterling job. And there it sits. So that's going to look really nice. So I've got a chimney coming out the top of it. We'll fix it so it's the right angle. And then soon there'll be a chimney coming off that. So I'm away to Midland Chandler's. Go and get this this plate that goes around the ceiling where the flue goes through. I think they call it a fire stop plate or something like that. But here we are, Mercia Marina. Let's go and have a little look in Midland Chandler's and see if they've got what I need. I think there's a bit of a selection of this sort of thing. It's quite busy, it's a nice day, lots of people about. Should do nicely, sir. Well, that was a blooming wasted trip, wasn't it? Why would they sell kits that are obviously going to go through a narrowboat roof, but then they don't supply the bit that goes underneath, you know? This. Anyway, so I no longer have, or don't yet have, the what was it, fire stop plate or gasket or whatever it's called. Anyway, it's the bit that goes on the ceiling around the pipe to just sort of finish off the messy bit, really. You can buy them separately, you can fit them afterwards. They come in 2 pieces, they slot together, so I'll have to do that. I didn't want that, I wanted 1 piece, but I've got to move on. Do you know what I mean? I can't be waiting for something silly like that. So no, I shall tomorrow be fitting the flue. Hopefully we'll get it finished.